The value of sport as a force for good is best captured in the wise words of Nelson Mandela, who once said, and I quote, "Sport has the power to change the world. It inspires and unites people in ways that little else does. It speaks to people in a language they understand." Unquote. Distinguished judges, my sisters of the crown, my extended Pacific family, Bulavinaka Kamnamelri, warm Pacific greetings. It gives me great pleasure to present on sport development, a topic that goes to the very heart of our pressing regional challenges: the growing non-communicable disease crisis, high levels of youth disengagement, gender inequality, and the rising incidence of drug and violence-related harm. When we hear the term sport development, we think of games, competitions, fancy stadiums, or elite athletes. But sport development is greater than the sum of all these parts. It is about being intentional with sport, clearly defining what it is designed to achieve before, or on and off the field. In that sense, this approach is best understood as a journey rather than a moment. The first stage of sport development is access and early engagement. It is about ensuring people can enter sport early, safely, and positively, regardless of age, gender, background, or ability. Here, the focus is on inclusive participation and regular physical activity. Forming healthy habits early is critical in addressing the 70% NCD-related mortality reported by SBC. The second stage is pathways, protection, and guidance. As participation becomes structured, sport development then turns to continuity and progression. Clear pathways allows individuals to grow not only as athletes, but also as coaches, officials, leaders, and mentors. In this phase, sport plays a protective role by providing structure, supervision, and positive role models that help reduce exposure to harmful behaviors and risky online activity. The third stage is outcomes and sustainability. When this investment is sustained over time, its benefits extend far beyond participation. Lifelong physical activity contributes to healthier populations. Inclusive sport environments help normalize gender equality and shared responsibility. Ultimately, sport becomes embedded with communities as a stable and positive force, supported by capable people, effective systems, and long-term planning. Choosing to be intentional and forward-looking with sports to achieve desired social outcomes is easier said than done. Efforts to develop sports in the Pacific are constrained not by a lack of interest or talent, but by limited of resources, geographic isolation, capacity caps, inequality, and weak systems. There is, nevertheless, reason for hope. A 2024 UNESCO report shows that well-designed sport interventions can deliver a social return of 3.28 for every dollar invested. In simple terms, investing in sport saves our national budgets in health, education, and crime. Sport is not an expense, it is a smart investment. When stakeholders such as government, donors, churches, sports, federations, and communities stand together to co-design, invest, and sustain this work, we do more than support sports. We tackle the very challenges facing our region. So I close with that message of courage. If we are serious about building healthier lives, engaged youth, gender equality, and safer communities, then sport development cannot be left to chance. As one Pacific with one voice, we must be deliberate and we must invest in it. I thank you.
What do you have infrastructures on the island that have been built or set up in place that helps you along with your campaign in sports and development?
Thank you for that question. Back at home in Kiribati, we have infrastructure that support our athletes. And as I know that most of our athletes attend Olympics head overseas, and that is the very most important thing that empower our athletes to engage with an athlete overseas. And if I relate that to the theme for this year, One Pacific, One Voice, and standing together for online safety, I would like to say that the engagement in sport is very important, as it also helps prevent issues from online abuse, such as by engaging our youth with other people from other Pacific countries and in overseas countries. So I would like to talk a little bit about my experience as well. I'm also one of the women experience bullying online, and not only me but also athletes that I've seen back at home. So I've encouraged them to not forget those hate comments, bullying, misinformation, harassment online, but they should focus on their dreams to prevent issues that affect them bullying online. Thank you.
So as a young person, what strategies would you suggest to improve access to sports facilities, especially for women in, well, either you or in the Pacific as a whole?
Before I answer that, could you please repeat the question?
Sure, no worries. So you mentioned a few very important things in your presentation. I'm very thankful that you did. You spoke about how sports is a force for good. That was the first thing you meant. You also spoke about engagement among youths. You spoke about NCDs, which is very relevant to us, especially here in Fiji. You also spoke about early engagement. And two of the other important things you spoke about was accessibility and inequality. So that's where my question is coming from for you. So what strategies or what are things that can be done that you would suggest would improve access to sports facilities, especially for women in the Pacific?
Thank you for the question. One of the strategies that I would like to encourage women to engage in sport is community-based initiative that involves sports, that could involve women, not only women, but our children as well. And I would like to promote sport to them because sport is our wealth. Sport is our health. So I would like to promote these strategies to our young Pacifica women because this is very important for their growth, not only for their health, but also for their engagement with other Pacifica and also their peers when they engage with them in other countries.